Today is Friday, January 26th, 2024. I've written a brief paper that is definitely worth your time if you're on this page for any variety of reasons. If you don't feel any symptoms of targeting at all, if you think this is all bullshit, or if you feel all the symptoms in the world, you know for a fact you're targeting, you've been watching the targeted justice updates, you've been dealing with this bullshit for God knows how long you have, and keep fighting because we're in the right and they're in the wrong. But basically, I wrote this paper today, and it's called Deliberate Poisoning with RF Pulses and the Use of Subliminal Messaging in negative 25 kilohertz to positive 25 kilohertz. So when I say negative 25 kilohertz to positive 25 kilohertz, this is on sound card listening, and this is the range here where this activity is present. So this is hertz right here. So this goes from 0 to 1,000 hertz, then it starts the kilohertz, and their activity is all throughout there. Now on the other side, on the negative side, negative 100 hertz to negative 900 hertz, all the way into negative kilohertz, their activity is all there. So this is 100% their subliminal messaging, and it is provable anytime, any place, and it's so simple. All you do is run this AirSpy free software from their website. So back to my paper here. This paper is about the science behind synthetic telepathy, artificial telepathy, remote neural monitoring, voice to skull, also known as V2K, subliminal messaging, and the classified communication method that utilizes the advances of these new projects these projects, they're not new projects, to create a new experience of human comprehension, where visuals, themes, single words, as well as entire conversations can be relayed globally at the speed of light. A lot of the time without any desire of the intended target to receive this message, without any effort on their part, or any equipment that they went out and got to try to receive this message. So people are essentially being harassed with this stream of communication, and it's also pain because they're shooting directed energy pulses at our nervous systems in a discrete, invisible means, which is radio frequency pulses. So this has created the potential for a horrible harassment tool and modern torture. And it's being used just for that, as described by a whistleblower who's seen this project run, who had a top secret security clearance, who worked as a personal bodyguard for Jeff Bezos, who saw this firsthand in Seattle. And you can see his story about this. His name is Justin Kofron, aka Bryan Carter. And he talks about this targeting program. And on my YouTube, there is a video in my playlist about my important videos about RF harassment. It's the Gang Stalker Wars from whistleblower Bryan Kofron, aka Justin Carter, exposed the targeting program, radio frequency harassment program. Gang Stalker Wars. Security industry specialist tells all. So instead of waste my time or yours stating the obvious, how evil these people are involved in this transhumanist agenda and in this targeting program, I will relay a couple of things. How I discovered that there are two main ways that people are harassed, communicated to, and it all seems the same when you're being communicated to. You're being discreetly communicated to. Do you give a fuck if it's V2K or subliminal messaging? No. If somebody's communicating to you, it's all the same horrible experience. But I'm going to tell you there are two different variations for a fact that I have seen with my own two eyes. And that's how people are harassed, communicated to, and how we can all accumulate evidence, gain peace of mind, as well as scientifically prove this plausible deniability, discrete harassment, this organized stalking with government funding and support, and prove it in real time with science. So the subliminal messaging range is almost the same capabilities. So right now they're using infrasound and kilohertz sound to literally pulse in sound that you can feel, like you're standing in front of a heavy bass speaker, but it's directional. They're using advanced science phenomenon that's classified to be able to transmit this heavy bass far distances and have only one person really feel the effects of it. So that's the subliminal messaging, and they can basically choke you or hurt you or cause pressure or any number of things with that subliminal messaging range of frequencies. So that's kilohertz, that's hertz, that's negative hertz, negative kilohertz. So that's the range on the sound card that you're going to see here. And you see that activity. This is with heavy filtration on, and you still see how disgustingly strong that pulse is that is constantly being transmitted in here. So that is the stream of harassment that is hitting me. And I'm trying to show that there's biological harm included in this communication as well. So yes, there's communication there. It is still a little bit more modulated. But to show you that there is a huge disgusting density in this range that's being transmitted at me, it is there. So that causes numerous different health problems, not just causing this subliminal messaging. And once again, so the V2K is going to be pulse blasts in as low as kilohertz. I've seen it in kilohertz. The radios pick it up in kilohertz, often in megahertz, and as high as in gigahertz. The subliminal messaging is infrasound travels through absolutely everything for the most part. So when they're transmitting this subliminal messaging campaign, it is getting into everything. Just like my video from the sound expert woman, Diana Katabi, that talks about how noise is a weapon. And it's this video right here. Infrasound and low frequency noise.
This is my first time in Slovenia.
Watch her video.
I think I should.
And then a software-defined radio is really what you need. Now, a software-defined radio, like the Hack RF, is probably going to be better in most instances, but you can run the same one that I'm running, this AirSpy Studio, for absolutely free. It works on almost any laptop or computer, and anyone can run it. The software-defined radio for free at AirSpy Studios. And running on sound card to see subliminal. Sound card, subliminal. And if you want to see the V2K activity, you go out and get a little tiny SA spectrum analyzer. So we see that pulsing narrowband happening at 95 megahertz to 103 megahertz. They're starting to use a lower frequency because I'm successfully shielding my environment. So now, if I wanted to see their V2K pulses, all I would have to do is go off of sound card to FunCube Dongle Pro or whatever antenna you have. Go to, we're already at like 102 megahertz. That's going to pick their shit up. And then take the sound off, and there they are. So now we're in amplitude modulation. I'm going to turn on this talk filter, dial it down, and you're going to see them pulsing. So there's the V2K. So we just showed in one white paper with a video, because all of our attention spans are terrible these days, how we can all put up a fucking great fight against this deliberate poisoning with RF pulses and the use of subliminal messaging against the masses. We're not all accidentally hearing the same subliminal messaging. No, the government is doing this to specific people in specific ways to cause specific harm in specific lives. I've had my whole 20s gobbled up with this project. So before you try to say anything to me about what I did wrong or what I did right, what I do know, what I don't know, oh, you're this, oh, you're that, save it. Just save it. You can benefit from just listening. Just fucking save it. I don't want to listen to your bullshit anyway, so just fucking save it.